you're shit, and you know you are, you're shit, and you know you are. You've just entered the Davies Locker.
Hello and welcome to the Davies Locker. I'm Chris Davis. This is Gareth Davis. We're not brothers. We don't look alike either. But we're here today to talk about cinematic guilty pleasures. We're going to start with you, my boy.
Yeah, well, this will come about because we're talking about Waterworld, and I absolutely love Waterworld. So we say, well, to me that is the quintessential guilty pleasure.
Started early.
However, it's not my pick this week. What I've gone for is a cinematic masterpiece. In the arena of guilty pleasures, it's SpiderMan 3. And we're not talking about the new Spider-Man. This is the Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man 3, with the black Spider-Man.
And Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
Tobey Maguire.
Fantastic, fantastic. It is a great film. Do you agree? No.
But it's crap. But I like watching it. Now, Tobey Maguire, I'm not a fan of. Let's kick off with that, right? So how are we going to do this? Are you going to tell me what you like about it, and then I'm going to tell you what I dislike about it? Or what?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, the Tobey Maguire point is valid. He's got the acting range for me of a potato. Kirsten Dunst, I think she's pretty good in this. And when she's in a lot of the scenes with him, you can tell he's pretty poor. However, I'm not bothered about that.
I don't mind Tobey Maguire.
Really?
But not as Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, what do you think about his acting in this?
Crap, he's crap as Spider-Man. Yeah. Right, I'll just hit you with one of the main points, really, why I don't like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, is because Spider-Man is supposed to be like Tom Holland is, right? He's supposed to be this, like, you know, teenage lad, blah, 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 blah. Whereas Tobey Maguire, he looks about 35, for one. And you've got a 35-year-old acting like that sort of gonky teenage lad, and he just comes off like a massive dickhead.
I agree with you. The Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's the right age, isn't he?
Spot on. But
you got to remember, this is the third one in the trilogy. In the first one, that was the origin story, and he was just finishing high school then. Yeah. So this is a number of years down the line.
Sorry, I should have said that. Yeah, I should have said.
But I kind of agree with you in that respect. I think his best acting is when he sticks on the black Spider-Man suit and he gets a bit angry. He starts shouting at people.
Miserable little goth. He has the hair to match as well.
Yeah, good.
He's annoying, man.
But I think there's some truly hilarious parts in this film. And not, oh, look at that, that's bad acting. Hilarious. This is the scene in the restaurant with Bruce Campbell as the French maitre d'.
That's quite good.
Is really good.
That's quite good.
Is really good.
I'll give you that.
I like that scene in the cafe where Peter Parker's talking to Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's found someone else. And he's like, all gutted. You know what he's like, all forlorn. And he's like, yeah, it's me, I'm the other person. He's got that shit-eating smile, and he really, really good. And then I like the end as well. I think the final fight, because it kind of shows the vulnerability of Spider-Man. If his mate hadn't shown up, he was dead. He was. And a lot of superhero films, there is no jeopardy. They're always fine.
Can I interject with that then while you're on the end and his mate showing up?
Go on.
This is the most conveniently plotted film I've ever seen. Like at the end, right? So Harry Osborn turns up because after saying nothing for God knows how long, his butler, whatever his name is, all of a sudden goes, do you know what, Harry? I did look at your dad's wound.
Yeah.
And it was his own bloody super snowboard or whatever it is that sliced. It was one of the blades that sliced him on there. And he's like, oh, really? Why didn't you say? You better go and help Peter. And it's like, God, how convenient is that? Yeah. And then you got stuff like when he's in the church and he's on the bells at the top and he's as Venom and he's going all mad. Isn't it lucky that Topher Grace, the character, just happens to be in the church as well, praying for Peter Parker to be dead?
Yeah.
Or whatever he says. And it's like, isn't that convenient also? Huh? Yeah. Isn't this all so damn convenient? It's such a load of crap. At the beginning as well, when Bryce Dallas Howard, who I'm annoyed with, that they de-gingered, for one.
Yeah. And they
disgraceful
gingered Kirsten. So it's a kind of a flip reversal.
I mean, and I get it, yeah, whatever, it's a character, but Bryce Dallas Howard is a hot ginger. Why de-gingerize her? I don't get it. But anyway, when she's at the top and the crane hits the building, isn't it convenient that her dad, who's like the chief of police, and her fella that she's dating are stood right next to each other looking up. And then he's like, oh, I think it's Gwen. And none of them were like, holy shit, it's Gwen! Quick, we got to fucking save her. None of them
Because
were
he's
like
the
that.
chief of police. He's cool and calm and collected.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Don't start me on the Sandman.
The Sandman's good.
Another convenient plot. Isn't it convenient all of a sudden how he's the guy, and spoiler alert here, I'm afraid, he's the guy that actually killed Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
He's the guy. What a loaded tripe. Come on. The plot is awful. But in the true nature of a guilty pleasure, I do enjoy the film.
Yeah. One of the things that's kind of leveled this film is the CGI. Saying it's terrible. And in some parts it is terrible. But I think you kind of got to look at where we were. This was pre-MCU. There was no The Dark Knight. There was hardly any. There was Blade had been out, the Fantastic Four, and the first X-Men had been out. So it was very, very early in the Marvel film showcases. And they invented the cameos for Stan Lee. They invented that in these films.
Yeah, you got to give them credit where credit's due, haven't you? And I thought, like, some of the effects are terrible, but I thought the actual, where the Sandman sort of disintegrates, I thought that was quite good. Like, you know, it was sort of, obviously we're talking way before the snap and the dusting in Infinity War and whatnot, but...
Well, apparently there was going to be another film. This was like almost like a two-part. The Sinister Six was going to come, so a lot of them were coming back. And they reckon, again, rumours, we don't know how much is going to be put into this, that the Sandman's back in the Spider-Man film coming up.
Yeah, he is. I saw it the other day. Yeah, and Reese Fans is in it as well.
Yeah.
So Thomas Hayden Church is back, who is a great actor. I really like him.
Yeah.
Not so much in this, but, you know.
He's got a good face.
Great face. Craggy. Face for HD.
Yeah.
He's got a face for 4K even. 8K. Whatever.
IMAX.
Do you know what annoyed me about this film?
Go on.
The biggest thing that annoyed me about it was him and Mary Jane are lying on the web. He's took her on his crappy little bike. I mean, he can swing everywhere for one. He still takes her on that little chicken chaser pedal and pop like thing. Yeah. Makes her put a stupid helmet on, ruin her hair. Anyway, they're lying on the spider's web looking up at the stars. They have a kiss and whatnot. While he's kissing her, a meteor crashes into the ground. Yeah. Where's his spidey senses? He's supposed to have amazing spidey sense. Doesn't he hear a meteor crashing in the ground about 100 yards away?
I think his spider senses are in full throttle when he's with MJ. Yeah,
spider senses have rushed from his brain down to his trousers.
But I quite like the effects on the symbiote as well, and that's crawling around.
Yeah, got to give him credit.
Yeah, so I think, like you say, it's one of those films, it gets panned. A lot of people don't like it, but I would gladly watch it whenever it's on TV.
I think it does, certainly in this instance, qualify as a guilty pleasure. Yeah. Should we move on?
What's yours?
I'm embarrassed.
Good.
I flipped this on its head here. It's not a film. Now, I've got a confession to make, folks. I don't really watch terrestrial TV. I'm always watching films, but when I do, I like crap programs like Made in Chelsea.
No! God, please, no! No!
It started off, I'd be editing or doing some work, and the good lady would be watching Made in Chelsea, and I'd be sitting there going, like a typical bloke going, what's this shit? You know what I mean? Oh, the crap, look, oh, Wally he is, you know, and doing all that. And then slowly but surely, almost like a Made in Chelsea symbiote had attacked me, guy. I started going, so who's she seeing then? And which one's having a go on her and all that kind of thing, you know, because they're all, you know, copping off each other and whatnot. And I just couldn't believe that these people exist in this. Are you ashamed of me?
I am ashamed of you. When you sit there talking about, the artistic merits of Saving Private Ryan or Brokeback Mountain or Interstellar, visually stunning, amazing plot lines, and then in another breath you're like, I love Made in Chelsea as well.
I'm not proud of it.
What? And when you told me, I thought you were joking. I was like, I'm not having this.
I like it. I do like it. I look forward to watching it on a Monday. Honestly, it's bad, isn't it?
It is bad.
It's bad because I can't. Like, they annoy the crap out of me. This is the thing. All the people in it annoy the crap out of me. The biggest thing that annoys me is the appropriation of the word banter. So, in my opinion, banter started off as like the working class thing. And having a bit of banter, mate, innit? It's a little bit of banter. And now you watch that, and it's become the thing that they use to determine whether someone is a useful mate, either sexually or just as a companion. Because they'll be like, oh my God, Tristan and Liv have got such good banter. And it's like, what? Why are they saying banter? And it throws you off, see? And this is why it's so compelling. I just find it so interesting. Like, they're all sleeping with each other. They're all kind of, you know, arguing with each other all the time. Like, the men always talk about relationships, which is, I mean, That's less realistic for me than the Sandman in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because like when we get together, and a lot of fellas out there will probably think the same, we never talk about our relationships, do we?
No, how are you feeling?
How are you doing? Or maybe we should. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk about these things, but we talk about our feelings. We don't talk about relationships like these guys do. They're always like, so, I don't know, Ollie, how's things with Sandra? You know what I mean? And they're all kind of like always talking about relationships. And I know they put up to it, aren't they? It's constructed reality.
Yeah, well, that's
of
the
course.
thing.
Because I always think to myself, if we're watching it, I think to myself, we never speak like this. It's like when fellas come home when they've been out with the boys or whatever, and your partner will say, oh, so how's Gaz's wife doing? I'm like, I don't know, we didn't ask.
Did ask, yeah.
We don't ask that kind of stuff, do we? Ever.
Yeah. And it's funny when I always have this where my wife will go out and see someone for like half an hour and come back and she'll regale what they talked about for an hour. I'll go out for a weekend with the lads and she'll come back and go, how was it? I go, oh yeah, fine. And that was it. All right, okay. Yeah. But that constructed reality, that's the thing that annoys me the most. It's like, it's all put on. It's all now I mean, I don't watch it and I haven't watched any of those types of things. So you said to me, go and have a look at the most memorable arguments on YouTube. And
don't tell people that I watch stuff like that.
And I think it was like 10 minutes.
Because they'll know I've got the knowledge of I'm sitting on YouTube looking at stuff like that.
And I had to turn it off after about 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God, all the arguments are the same.
Missing out.
All the arguments are the same. And it's like, it just annoyed me. It's the worst type of television for me.
What?
It's not like when Big Brother first started, because that was like a proper social experiment. That was reality TV.
That's what I tell myself.
This is not.
That's what I tell myself, though.
This is like a bad sitcom or something.
That's what I tell myself, to get through it. Just to lessen the shame.
Yeah, but you keep watching it, that's the thing.
No, I can't help it. I'm sorry, all right? I'll get help, I promise. I think we should move on from this, because I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah, I don't want to give it too much airtime. It gets too much airtime as it is.
Okay, move it on.
So, yeah, well, again, time for something completely different. Okay, so now it's time for the rapid fire challenge or quiz section, and it is a quiz this week.
I'm ready.
And I've been watching a lot of shooting stars from the archive, so this is a kind of a shooting stars inspired quiz. Movie quiz, just 9 questions.
This is my wheelhouse then. 9?
9, yeah, just 9. However, I don't think you'll get any right.
Fair. So, go on then.
Question 1. There have been 6 Mission Impossible films released with 2 currently in development. But what I want to know is, does Tom Cruise?
Regularly.
Incorrect. He's a pilot. He always flies. True or false? There is no point in reading a book because if it's any good, it'll be made into a film.
Well, false. As an avid reader, I will have none of that. But, you know, we all love the film versions, don't we?
Incorrect. No one with a life has time to read Lord of the Rings. Listen carefully. Question 3. Sleepy, sneezy, Doc, happy, grumpy, bashful, and...
Don't know. Gary.
Warwick Davis. Question 4. Who would win in a fight? Superman or Dracula?
Superman, because he can like summon the power of the sun and everything, can't he? So Dracula doesn't like the sun.
Incorrect.
What do you mean?
Superman can't go to the crypt tonight. Brad Pitt's brother is called Smelly Arm.
True.
That is. Question 6. Beauty and the
Beast.
Old rich guy.
Oh.
Question 7.
Yeah.
Does Sam Rockwell?
Oh, he does. He looks like the kind of guy who could rock well. I reckon he could be in a band.
Incorrect. He doesn't play a single musical instrument.
Have you checked that? I will fact check you afterwards.
No, honestly.
Fact check him, everyone. Have a look leave it in the comments.
Question 8. The penultimate. What's up, Doc?
I don't know. What is an up, Doc?
Injuries related to exercise bicycles. True or false? The good, the bad, and the ugly were some of the rejected nicknames for the 90s band Spice Girls.
Most definitely false. Because they're innovators and pioneers of girl power, guys. I'm not having it.
It was true.
I'm with your sisters.
That's it, there you go. Whiz through them. I think you got one right, didn't you?
Is there a wrong and a right?
A lot of them I had double answers, so if you said one, I automatically went to the other one. bad luck. Bad luck, mate.
Anyway, that concludes this episode. Please follow us on social media. We are across all of these channels. Don't forget to give us a subscribe, and you'll be told every time we upload another pointless quiz.
See ya.